Welcome to another episode of VIPShorts. Today, we're going to explore a powerful concept that dates back thousands of years, but is still incredibly relevant today. How luxury dilutes hunger, and why staying hungry is crucial for achieving greatness. Let's start by taking a trip back in time to ancient Sparta. The Spartans were legendary warriors, feared and respected by all of Greece. But what made them so formidable? Was it their physical strength? Their training? Sure, those played a part, but there was something deeper, something more psychological. The Spartans understood a fundamental truth about human nature. Full bellies don't plow fields. In other words, when you're too comfortable, you lose the drive to push forward. This idea isn't just some old saying from ancient Greece. It's a principle that applies to life today, just as much as it did back then. Let me break it down for you. The danger of comfort. When you're hungry, literally or figuratively, you're motivated. Think about it. When you're starting out in life or in a new venture, you're driven by a desire to succeed. You work late, skip meals, and pour every ounce of energy into your goals. Why? Because you're hungry. You want something badly, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to get it. But what happens when you start to taste success? When the money starts coming in, when the accolades roll your way, when life becomes comfortable, that hunger, that drive starts to fade. You become satisfied, maybe even complacent. The fire that once pushed you to work those long hours dims, and suddenly, you're not pushing as hard as you used to. This is the danger of comfort. Luxury softens the soul. When things get too easy, we tend to lose the edge that made us successful in the first place. The Silicon Valley example. Let's bring this into the modern world. In places like Silicon Valley, where the tech giants live and breathe, this principle is well understood. Big companies like Apple, Google, and Facebook aren't worried about each other. They've got plenty of resources to stay in the game. Instead, they're more concerned about the small, hungry startups that are still working out of garages, fueled by ramen noodles and the dream of changing the world. These startups are a lot like the Spartans. They don't have luxury. They don't have full bellies. They've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. That hunger drives them to innovate, to take risks, and to work harder than anyone else. It's that hunger that can turn a garage startup into the next big thing. Apple's comeback story. To understand this even better, let's look at Apple's story. In the late 1990s, Apple was on the verge of bankruptcy. They were losing money, their products weren't selling, and they were desperate. Steve Jobs, who had been kicked out of the company years before, was brought back to save the day. Apple was in a situation where they had nothing to lose, so they took big risks. They discontinued most of their products and started from scratch. They did things that seemed crazy at the time, like making computers in bright, bold colors and selling songs online for 99 cents each. These were desperate moves, but they paid off. Apple not only survived, they thrived. But here's the catch. As Apple became more successful, they started playing it safe. They went from being innovative and risky to focusing more on refining their existing products. That hunger, that desperation to succeed, began to fade as their bellies got fuller. The Spartan way of life. Now let's go back to the Spartans. They knew how to avoid the trap of luxury. Their entire society was built on discipline and simplicity. They lived by the philosophy that luxury deadens one's energy and intensity. This way of life kept them lean, hungry, and always striving for more. They didn't allow themselves to get comfortable because they knew that comfort would make them weak. One of the most famous Spartan kings, Agesilaus, once said that the greatest gift given to the Spartans was contempt of pleasure. This wasn't about being miserable or denying yourself happiness. It was about understanding that true success comes from delaying gratification and focusing on long-term goals rather than short-term pleasures. The modern-day Spartan. So what can we learn from the Spartans? How can we apply this ancient wisdom to our lives today? First, recognize that comfort can be your enemy. When you start feeling too comfortable, too satisfied, it's time to shake things up. Set new goals, challenge yourself, and don't let luxury soften your drive. Second, embrace simplicity. You don't need a lot of material things to be successful. In fact, the more you simplify your life, the more you can focus on what really matters. Think about people like Steve Jobs, who famously wore the same outfit every day. Why? Because it eliminated one more decision from his day, freeing up his mind to focus on bigger things. Third, stay hungry. No matter how successful you become, never lose that drive to improve, to grow, to achieve more. Remember, full bellies don't plow fields. Keep pushing yourself, keep striving for excellence, and never let success make you complacent. In short, the Spartans understood a truth that still applies today. Luxury dilutes hunger. When you're too comfortable, you lose the drive to achieve great things. So take a page from the Spartan playbook. Simplify your life, stay focused on your goals, and never let comfort dull your edge. Thanks for tuning in to VIP Shorts. Remember to stay hungry, stay focused, and keep pushing toward your goals. See you in the next episode.